Anybody new to my channel or new to seeing one of my videos, my name's Heather. You can comment, like, share, subscribe. But I just get on here and vlog, I guess. It's like a diary kind of, but it's like it's public for the most part. I mean, sometimes I'll shoot stuff and I want to upload it, but it's very rare and very, very, very fucking rare. Like, because I'm just me. And sometimes, like, there's like 2 or 3 things that I put to like private, like, because I was trying to talk to the girl that I'm in love with, EJ. And, like, I can't even, like, right now I'm just like, yeah, I mean, like, I am in love with her and shit, but I'm just like, damn, she got me all tore up and shit, and so I'm just like, maybe it's just I love her, it's just I love her. I'm not in love with her, but I love her, because she got me so fucking tore up. Because if you watch my previous video from last night, and yes, I have on the same damn t-shirt that I had on yesterday and probably even the damn day before, in all honesty. But, dang on, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what the fuck I've got caught up in. There's just a lot of coincidences and shit, so you'd have to watch my other video, check it out, And I labeled it Lord Help Me because I really don't know what the hell's going on. Like, it's just coincidental shit out my ass end. And I'm sick of it. But, and I said I was going to finish my drink up that I got in the fridge last night, but I didn't. I didn't want to. I didn't feel it was right, intuition-wise or whatever. Like, I just didn't feel and everything. And, like, I just woke up a little while ago, walked my pets. Dang on, just sitting here kicking it. And it's like I want to walk over and get me some food to eat, but it's raining. And I'm like, man, will it ease up on the rain? And intuition-wise, I guess you'd say, again, it's like, no, don't go over right now, maybe later. And I'm like, but I'm hungry now, damn it. And then, like, I'm out of work, and so I'm not super worried about money because I have a little bit, but I'm, kind of worried about it, and I'm like, should I hurry and get back to work? Should I wait? And then, because it's November, and it's like almost, today's the 12th, I think. It's like Thanksgiving's gonna hit. I don't know what the future holds for that. And then Christmas is gonna hit, and I don't know what the future's gonna hold with that. But I know either way, it's going to be emotional for me because of all the hell that I've been through. Now, I'm not gonna say whether it could be good or bad or whatever, but it's just gonna be emotional for me. And so I'm just like, eh. And then, like, the weather, like, the coldness and everything, like, man, it make you not even want to fucking get out. You're just like, nope, stay inside. I ain't going nowhere. Fuck it. Or if I do, they better have heat. It's like, I like fall and I like winter, but I guess I honestly don't like it unless I'm with somebody, spending time with somebody. And so I ain't spending time with nobody except for my pets, and so I'm not really liking it too damn much, I guess is the best way to word it. I love fucking winter, man. I love snow. As long as you got a warm place you can go, as long as it's not so bad that it, like, knocks people power out and, like, people stranded and shit and everything. But, man, I love snow because I love snow. This is the only reason I love snow is because I got a kid. She's 12. And I learned to love it through having her and through getting out in the snow and playing with her and teaching her how to build a snowman and stuff. Like, man, I used to enjoy the shit out of that. And then I got good at it, and I actually, when I was staying with my grandmother, because we ain't had a lot of snow in the past few years, but when I was staying with my grandmother before we moved up here, I made this motorcycle with a man and a woman on it. And then, well, yeah, it could be a man and a woman because they got helmets on, or whatever. But Yeah, I guess you'd say a man and a woman because, like, anyways, it just looked awesome. And even though, like, the bike was huge and they were kind of smaller than what they should be for the size of the bike that I made, like, I didn't even mean to make it. Like, my creativity just took the fuck over. Like, what was it? My kid was like, I was like, come on, let's build something together. And she'd done build like two snowmans out by herself, and she wanted me to see them. And I was like, yeah, that's good. And maybe I didn't pay enough attention to her. I don't know. But I mean, like, I came from a family that was like, I don't give a shit. I'm not coming out there and looking at that. I don't care what you did. Like, so I've always made a big issue to, at least say something kind and positive and be like, yeah, baby, that's a good job, and stuff like that. But I was like, yeah, that's good, and I was like, well, how about you come build something with me now that I'm outside with you, because she was excited, and so I just went and sat on the porch and watched her, and she built two little snowmen by herself, come back in, and then, I went out with her, and she like got I think she got one and I got one. We got like two snowballs, that we or whatever, that was about the same damn size. Probably about a foot, like in diameter or whatever. And she dropped hers when she was trying to carry it where we was gonna set it, and she didn't set it exactly where I wanted, which I'm kinda controlling. And so I was just like, shit, and then I was like, well, hell, and so I dropped mine like right beside it. And so that's what ended up making the two damn tires for the bike. Because I went and got another big ass snowball, and I was like, let's see what we can do with this, and I dropped it right in the middle of them. And then I just started shaping it with my hands and everything, turned it into a bike, and then built a man and a woman on it. And And so I did that, and I took a picture of it, and yeah, like I was so proud of myself, like, cause I didn't get to do shit like that as a kid because I was so discouraged. And then you get a confidence in you, even though it's just a little bit when you're an adult, kind of like a piss off attitude, like you don't like it, whatever, fine, fuck you, I don't give a shit about your opinion, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And so even though nobody was, really amazed by it, or whatever, now I did get my grandmother to come out and look at it after I was done. She's like, you made that? I'm like, nah, Casper did. And I'm like, yeah, I made that. And she's like, oh, that looks pretty good. You know, but I did that, and then I made a Snoopy out in the front. And I didn't get to finish him because it started melting like the next day and everything. Because Snoopy, his head's real big, his little tiny body. And like I think I got his feet and his body made out. But I was wanting to finish his face really good. And I didn't even get to give him his little, button nose or whatever. And he ended up melting. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that was awesome. It was Snoopy. But, yeah. I don't know. Just talking about random stuff because of the weather and everything. I was born in the summertime. I like summertime to a degree. I actually probably like all seasons just as much as I hate all seasons. Because springtime it's still cold, but then you got the flowers, and the birds, and and everything's got its good and its bad. In summer you got the warm days, and the crickets at night and just all kinds of stuff, and but then it's so hot and sticky. That's the reason, man, whenever I went to Texas with my husband, I'm married still technically, but we've been separated for 5 years. I've been wanting a divorce. Hadn't had the opportunity to go file for one in person. Don't believe in filing over the internet because I don't really trust the internet. And yet here I am on YouTube. But anyways, dang on, we went to Texas, and it is a dry heat in comparison to this that I'm used to, that I've lived in my whole life. And I swear to God, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I want to go back to Texas. But it's whatever. Whatever the good Lord's got planned for me. But, yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm wanting to go over and get me something to eat, but it's fucking raining and I'm just like, eh. And then hopefully my hamburger meat will thaw and I'll have me some hamburger helper tonight, and I ain't had none in a minute, like a long ass time. And I grew up on that shit, so I like it. And, I don't know. Oh, I wrote down some information on a sheet of paper before I went and walked my dogs. And I came back from walking my dogs and I cannot find that fucking paper. And I'm like, because it was on my coffee table. And my dogs, like, their tail is about the damn height of my coffee table and they smack shit around all the time. It's one damn thing about having animals. It's almost a little bit more maddening than having children. Because children, at least you can talk to them and be like, did you? Did you? And you can see their face. You ask a dog, did you do something with it? And they can't answer you, Like you can, hey, would you stop? Just stop it, please. That's annoying the hell out of me. Go do that shit somewhere else. Get down. But I got a cat that I don't know what the hell's happened to him over the past few months. I think he's just got a little sassy ass. I don't know. Or maybe it's because I've been letting him sleep in my bed every night. Hell, he's even sleeping in my damn bed when I'm sleeping on the fucking couch. Because I love my couch. I really do. Like, it's so comfortable. Or at least I think it is. Even though they've kind of half-ass ruined it. Because the cushions on the bottom, the dogs, with their running and jumping and their nails ripped holes where the seams and stuff was and busted it out. And then the cat picked the back of it and picked. But I still love it. And it's older and stuff. Oh my fucking God. Really? Anything else gonna come and interrupt the signal? Anything else? Damn. Jesus Christ. But so I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm gonna stay off my paranoid kick, if you will, about what the fuck ever. Like, I mean, because I have. But it's just that I notice it and I want somebody to realize that I notice it and I want them to be like, that is weird. The last name's the same and that's weird, at least. If nothing else, it's weird. But if things keep getting weirder, hell, I might just hightail it the fuck out of here, like I said, But, anyways, and, man, like I said, I want a simple life, I just want a home, I want a vehicle, I want to be able to go where I need to go and go where I want to go occasionally. I want a job, I want my kid home, and I want my fucking dog back wherever the hell he's at. And if you're somebody watching this and you got my fucking dog, give him back. Like, seriously, like, this shit ain't funny no more. Like, I've done cried I don't know how many times. My kid probably done cried because she knows he's missing and stuff. Like, and it's cold outside, and I'm worried, and I want my damn dog back. I want to know that he's alright and that he's safe, and I want him home. And my other dogs miss him, and even though he's a little bit of a menace when he's home, he's our menace. He's my pain in the ass. Like, and I love him. And so I want my damn dog back. But, and I'm sorry, yeah, if you're somebody that thought that you was saving him. He was outside for 3 damn hours. He was tied up outside for 3 damn hours. And I'm sorry that after 30 minutes he thinks he needs to be right back in. And the reason he was outside for 3 hours is because I was over at my neighbor's house and I was helping her and I was listening to her, and she's older and I was being respectful and I didn't want to interrupt her and I didn't want to say, again, like I had with my other 2 dogs, well, I need to go take my dog in. Because my other dogs stayed out for an hour, they's fine. He stayed out for 3 hours, I come to find him, he's fucking gone. That shit ain't funny. Give me my fucking dog back. I know somebody somewhere's got to. I feel like intuitively like it's just some little dickhead trying to fuck around with me, and they're like, ha ha ha. It's not funny. Not funny at all, and it's gonna come back on you 10 fucking fold. So, you've else just set your ass up for the next 10 pets of yours to be taken and kept from you, or for one of your kids, if you got kids, being taken from you, and it ain't gonna be by my hand. It ain't gonna be by my hand. It's gonna be by the hand of God. Some shit's gonna happen, and it's gonna be your fucking fault because you wanna be a little fucking dickhead. That's all I'm saying. That's the way that I look at life. Everything comes back tenfold, whether it comes back in this life or the next, whether it comes back in your afterlife, and then you gotta serve some time in hell or what the fuck ever, or purgatory or what the fuck ever you want to call it. But I just, because I don't feel like he's dead. I feel like I know he's alive, and I feel like somebody's got him, and I feel like he wants to come home, but he's kind of a little bit of a rebel, too. So, it's not like, he's like a man. He's like a man, You feed him, you take care of him, what the fuck ever, he'll stick around. And somebody took him, and somebody fed him and took care of him when they took him. And that's all it took for him to be like, well, I guess I'll stay. But I feel like he's got to be nearby and shit. And then I even had 2 people that I used to work with that's like, oh, we seen him. One of them, she actually seen him. One of them said her sister seen him. I don't know what's wrong with me, but apparently I'm the only person that when I see a fucking dog out in the goddamn road or out in the street, I try to get it. I try to, see if it's got a tag on it and stuff. But then again, I don't drive, or I haven't drove. I just got my license. I haven't drove all these years, so I'm not all wrapped up in myself, I guess, in that sense. And so I don't know if when I get my vehicle and I start driving on a regular basis, if I see a stray dog, if I'm going to actually be like, oh, I'm on my way to work and I'm running late, but guess what? I need to pull over and check on this dog. I don't know if I'm going to be like that or not. I hope I am, in all honesty, because I just hope I am, because that's always been part of my characteristics. That's like this damn dog got loose when I was living in apartments with my husband, and all he had was a little tiny collar, and it had a phone number on it, and I called, and they was like, yeah, and they wasn't able to come and get him for like a day or 2. They was like, yeah, we're out of town, can you keep him? And I was like, yeah, and then they came and got him, or whatever. But I mean, I don't get it. And I get that there's lots of dogs out there that are strays, and lots of cats that are out there that are strays, and I know that I ain't taking them in. I'll take in some, like if their temperament seems legit and good, because that's what happened with him. He was a stray. Come to find out, he actually belonged to this woman that worked with me for a few months, and I asked her several times if she wanted him back. She said no. She seen that he had a better life here than what he did where he was at, because she kept him outside. I kept him inside. He had heat, he had air, he had food, he had water, he had vet bills. I took him to the vet. He got his shots, And she's like, no, you can keep him, And I was like, well, you can come visit him anytime. And she didn't, because I guess it was just too hard or too much on her. But I even asked her to keep an eye out for him, to see if she'd find him or whatever and stuff. And she said she would, but, like, she ain't seen him, or whatnot. Like, she wouldn't take him and lie to me, I don't believe. I don't believe at all that she would do that. She's been too good of a person. She don't seem like that type at all, even though I've had people ask me, well, what do you think she took? No, I don't. But I think somebody else did. And then another thing, too, is the girl that I'm in love with. because she has a very big yard, and this dog that's my boy dog that's missing is a husky mix. Or she had a big yard. Well, she's got big yards both places she lived at that I know of, or whatever. And I was just like, would you like him? Would you like to have him? Would you take him? Would you treat him good? You know? And she's like, I can't have any more pets. And I'm like, yeah, but maybe they'll let you if you tell them that you're going to keep him outside. I'm like, because he will thrive outside. Because he will. And I was like, and he's more well mannered to a degree than my other two dogs. My other two dogs jump on people. Like, they just jump and want to kiss you and, you know, or whatever, unless they want to bite you. But they jump. He don't. He takes his time. He walks around you. He sniffs you. He approaches you slowly, kindly. If you probably reach down and grab him, he'll probably turn around and bite your ass, you know. But other than that, you reach down, you pet him, he'll just stand there and he'll just kind of eat it up while he's still checking you out. Like, he's very calm temperament like that. But I don't know where he's at, and I miss my boy. And he had shorter hair than my other two dogs, and he was just a blast. He was funny and cute and everything else. And I know that my other two dogs miss him. And I know my cat even misses him. Like, and that's the thing, that dog usually don't get along with cats, but he is along with our cats. But, I don't know. I'm just going through a lot, I reckon, and I have nobody to talk to on a regular basis and stuff, so I vlog, and then I go back and I look, and it's like, that's another thing, too. Like, dealing with the emotional abuse of the shit that I've been through. It's like, oh, go back and love your inner child and stuff, and love you when nobody else can. And so that's what I'm getting to do whenever I go back and I rewatch my videos, is I'm getting to love me, myself, you know, and be like, you know, this is my good qualities, you know, and stuff like that type thing. So, but I'm really tired. I'm really hungry, and it sounds like it may have slacked up on raining, so I might go get me some food. I'm still really pissed off about that paper, though. I don't know where the fuck the paper went. I'm like, one of the dog's tails had to smack it, and it had to go up under furniture. And I just ain't that fucking worried about it, even though I kind of am. It's like, I cannot stand little stuff to get out of place like that when I know I just had it. Like, it annoys the hell out of me. And I don't even know why. Other than I was meant to be, like, I was taught as a child, like, that I had to be responsible for not only where I kept stuff, but where my grandmother would set something, or where my papa would set something, or where my mom would set something, or my dad. Like, I don't know how many times our grandmother would be like, I can't find my glasses, when she used to live across the street. And sometimes I'd walk in from school, and I instead of going home, I go straight to her house, you know, and because home life was shit, you know, and I go straight to her house, drop off my book bag, eat me some, you know, a snack. She always had snacks ready. She always about the food. And I eat me a snack, and then I sit there for a little bit, watch a cartoon or two, might pull out and do my homework, might not, and then be like, well, let me run home and walk my dogs and stuff. But sometimes I'd come in, and she'd be walking around all frantic, and I'd be like, what's wrong? She'd be like, I can't find my glasses. They were on top of her head. Like, and I was just like, Mama, you ain't gonna believe me if I tell you. She's like, they on top of my head, ain't they? And I'm like, yes. Because she always wore reading glasses, because she always did the crossword puzzles in the newspaper. Lord God bless. Hilarious. Old times. Old times. And then, like, since I raised my kid alone or whatever and stuff, and even though I lived with other people and stuff, I'm constantly, you know, knowing what my child's up to. So my child will misplace a toy or a pencil or a pen or a paper or this or that. And then she'd be like, looking around. I'll be like, what you looking for? And my grandmother, even when I was living with her, she'd be like, what? What's going on? I'll be like, she's looking for something. And she'd be like, no, she's not. And I'm like, yes, she is. I'm like, what are you looking for? She's like, I lost my teddy bear. I'm like, didn't you take him when you went to the bathroom? Oh, yeah. Dart off and go and get it, and sure enough, she's like, yeah, I set it in the floor when I went to go pee, and I'm like, yeah, I know. and and so I think it's just in that mentality and everything. I've just got tired of the shit. I've just really got tired of it. And then I ain't even gonna lie. This is a ghost story, and this is legit, as legitimate as it fucking gets. When we lived in the apartments with my husband, it was across the street from a huge cemetery. Biggest cemetery in the city that we live in. Okay? And this cemetery divides into four different cemeteries. Huge ass cemetery. So anyways, I had one person that actually, like, they told me that's what made me even kind of tell somebody outside of the family, because it was just me and my kid. And I didn't even tell my husband because I thought he's going to think I'm crazy. But my kid knew, and my kid believed it and everything because, there was no other alternative. There literally was no other alternative at all as to what the fuck happened. And see, this shit had been going on, and I still never found my keys. Oh my god, I just now remembered that. But anyways, and my keys had this little, what was it? It was a little dolphin thing that you'd press and it'd open up, and the dolphin would look like it's swimming. It was just a little keychain. And I'd had that keychain since I was like 12. And I literally cried when I lost it because it meant a lot to me. And I bought it when I went out to the aquarium on a field trip when I was a kid. And since we didn't get out a lot, even though, yeah, we went to Myrtle Beach maybe 5 or 6 times when I was a kid or something like that, it meant a lot to me. And I put it off and chalked it up to one of the kids stealing it, because the kids at the apartment complex, whenever they'd come over and hang over at my house, they'd be like, let me see your keys, let me see your keys, let me see that keychain, open it up again, so they could see the little dolphin swimming. Man, I could literally cry about that right now. That's how, like, I when I have something that's valuable to me, and sentimental attachment and reasonings and fucking hell, I can't believe I lost that. But anyways, but it may not have been a kid. It may have been a kid, but not a living kid. I don't know. And then I had a miscarriage when my kid was 2. And so sometimes I wonder, because when she was like 8, we was out in my grandmother's yard, and like there was all these orbs around her and stuff, and like, some of them obviously are bugs and stuff. She's playing out in the leaves, so some of them obviously bugs, but some of them too damn big to be bug, like, and ain't a bug. Not a bug, it's a orb, whatever. I mean, yeah, some of it could have been light reflected and stuff like that, but I had like a sensation, a feeling come over me, and I tossed I verbalized to my daughter, I was like, I'm fixing to use the camera. And I was like, and when I do, I said, I want you to hurry and take a picture to the side of me. I said, just take a picture. And so I tossed the camera to her, and she snapped a photo real quick. And you see this orb that's probably about damn 2 feet tall, I guess you'd say. It's just, it's an orb, and so it's a circle or whatever that's to the side of me. Or it might have been a foot, but I don't know how big it was, but all I know is it was decent in size, and I was just like, holy shit, whenever she gave me back a camera. And I didn't even show her because I didn't want to freak her out, but I showed her later on, and I was like, look at this, now you tell me. And she's like, Mommy, it's a ghost, it's a ghost beside you. And I said, I think it's more of a spirit than it is a ghost, She said, why is that? And I said, because I think it was your sister. because I had a miscarriage when I was 3 months pregnant when she was 2. And so I think my baby has stuck with me. And even saying that, like, I feel like she has. Like, I feel like she's like, Mommy, I do exist, or I did exist, Fuck, I'm fixing to start crying. Oh, God. But, because the way the miscarriage happened was just shit. Because I went to have a pregnancy test done and also a STD test done, and they come back positive on the STD. They gave me the medicine for the STD, and they wouldn't even take a pregnancy test on me. They refused to. They said, we'll do it next time, knowing that the medicine that I was going to take was going to kill the baby. And I done knew, but I couldn't, but I done knew I was pregnant, but I couldn't confirm it because I hadn't confirmed it with nobody. And so I done felt my baby. I've done felt my baby's heartbeat and hiccups and fluttering and all that. Oh, fucking hell. And so my baby existed. And my baby still exists. Just not in this realm. But, anyways. I'm getting nauseous now because I'm trying to hold back. But, I don't want to cry. I made so many videos crying, I don't want to cry. And I'm not even sure that it was a girl, but I just feel like it was going to be another girl. Even though I'd had dreams with the guy, the kid's dad, I'd had several dreams with him where we had sons and daughters. And so, but anyways, back to the whole ghost story, ghost thing, the apartment. I was wrapping a gift for one of my little cousins, and I went shopping with my aunt, and I went ahead and bought all 3 of my little cousins, or 4 of my little cousins at the time, because I had the money, gifts. And she's like, don't spend that much on them. And I was like, I've never had the money to buy them a gift before. I was like, don't tell me not to spend $15 on them each. I was like, no, we good, or 25. I don't remember how much I spent. I know I at least spent 10 because it was like $50 or something. I don't know. Or anyways, or maybe 60, 70. I don't know. But anyway, she's like, don't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Don't tell me what to do. I remember I got both the boys, I got them these rock'em sock'em like robots, but it had like wrestlers or whatever. And one of the moms texted me back and she's like, thanks for buying something that makes noise, And I was just like, I'm sorry. Like, I was looking for something that they'd really have fun with, and apparently they really had fun with it, But, anyways. And I bought them tattoo packs, all of them. That way they could, and I mean, it had, like 150 or 300 tattoos in it, so that way they could just tat themselves all up, But, Anyways, so I'm wrapping one of the gifts. My kid's in a room, like she's playing and there's a movie going and she's in her own little world. And I'm in there and I'd even put the movie in and been like, I'm going to wrap these gifts. You want to come help me? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, well, I can do it in peace and quiet, and I can make it real proficient, or real nice looking or whatever. And be real good at it, or whatever, and not have to worry about little hands, and sticking tape in the wrong spots and stuff and everything. And so I was wrapping the gift, and I cut the paper, and I was sitting in the floor beside my couch, and I picked the scissors up, and I put them on the couch cushion, on the very first couch cushion, right dead in the center of it. Put them there. So I fold over, and I go to fold the ends, and they're too long to make it look neat and nice and cute. So I reach back up for the scissors. The scissors are not there. Now, my husband's done stuff like this to me on occasion, once or twice. But he's not really about doing stuff like that with me. My kid's done this to me once or twice. Most people don't do stuff like that to me. And then I don't like people doing stuff like that to me. Because it just, no. When I'm trying to do something, don't get in my way. And, so I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, where the hell are the scissors? Well, I was sitting right there, right? I didn't get up. I didn't move. Now, granted, I looked down at the gift when I was pulling the paper over, and that's the reason I accused my daughter of it. But those scissors are fucking gone. They're gone. Ain't nowhere. So, I get mad. I keep looking. I get mad. And I'm like, really? So then I have to pick up the present, move the paper, all this, pull out the damn coffee table, which coffee table didn't have no underneath to it. It was just 4 legs. So I pull the coffee table out of the way. Even further, because I was sitting between. Or no, I done pulled it out of the way. I take it back. I done set it to the side. And I threw the damn couch cushions off the fucking couch, looking for the damn scissors. Couldn't find them. Reached down, all the way down, nitty gritty, into the cushions or whatever, the back sides and everything. No scissors. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Okay, it has to have been Ava, my child, that did it. I don't know how she did it. I don't know when she did it. She must have snuck in here, thought it was funny, snuck real quiet when she seen my head was down and I was wrapping it, and done something with them. She got to have. And the doors are locked. And the doors had been locked. And I even got up before I went to talk to her. And I was like, let me make sure that the doors are still locked. Doors are still locked. So I go to her and I'm like, where's the scissors? What'd you do with them? It's not funny. It's the only pair of scissors we got in the house. Where are they? And I'm not using the kitchen shears, I don't have them, Mommy. I didn't. What are you talking about? Like she's just. And she swears she doesn't have them. She didn't do anything with them. And she actually runs out into the living room to help me find them. And I'm just like shaking my head. And she's like reaching in the cushions and stuff, And she's like 6 or 7 years old, And I'm not even having to ask. Like she's just like, I don't know, Mommy, And she's looking for them and everything. And I was just like, where'd they go then? And I was like, you had to have done it. So I'm like, okay, you say you didn't do it because she said she didn't do it again. I'm like, then help me move the couch out and we'll see if it's up under the couch. So we picked up the couch and we moved the couch. And I actually, before we moved it, I picked up one end, had her look under. I picked up the other end, had her look under. She's like, no. And I'm like, that's the only other place they can be. They can't be anywhere else. And I mean, I had not gotten up to go anywhere, but I even looked at the 2 places that I'd normally set stuff, like on a regular basis, which was my dining room table and the kitchen, whenever I went to go back, check the back door, make sure it was still locked. And nothing on the countertops, nothing on the table. So I'm like, it has to be up under this damn couch. So me and her moved the fucking couch. It's not up under the damn couch. We move the couch back. I search again. She searches again. I search again, and as I'm searching again, she goes off to her room, to do her own thing. And I'm like, that little butthole, she had to have done it. She had to have. There's no other explanation. She did it. She's thinking it's funny. She's being sneaky. And I got to get these gifts wrapped now because I got to make supper and we got to get ready to go to bed and she's got homework still to do, And I was like, this ain't right. So I went in there and I was like, where are they? And she's like, I swear, Mommy, or she didn't say I swear, but she's like, I don't know. She's like, you seen me look? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but honey, you had to have taken them. I'm like, there's no other logical explanation. And she's like, I didn't or whatever. So I walk off, go back in the living room, put the couch back together, put the cushions back, back in the floor. And I'm like, shit, I guess I'll just damn paper fucking fingernails. And you do that, like if you wet it or rip it and it'll be a real clean cut or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, if I do it that way, though, it's going to take forever. And then I'm like, or maybe I'll just rip it, make it messy, and tape it to where you can't tell that it's messy, or whatever. So I go and put everything back. Put the cushions back. Set the present back in the center of the floor with the paper. And I'm just standing there and shaking my head and looking. And I'm like, where the fuck are those scissors? I don't want to do this without the scissors. And I had an eerie feeling kind of hit me around that time. But I thought the eerie feeling was stemming from, it's your kid, and your kid's getting older, and so now she can lie to you, and you're going to not notice it. And I thought, I don't know if that's true or not, because I've always noticed when my kid tries to lie, and she don't even try to lie. Like, she's a very good kid. And, usually, if she tries to lie, it's like she's mumbling up under her breath. At least that's what she's doing now. But, anyways, so I'm just like, where the fuck are these scissors, And I'm mad now. And so I go in there into her room and I'm like, where are they? And she's like, I didn't, I don't know. And I'm like, where are they? I know you did it. Where are they? This is not funny. And I took off my belt because I was like, this is not funny. Where are they? And when I took off my belt, she climbed up on her bed and she sat on her bed. And she's like, I promise I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it, Mommy. I didn't do it, And I was like, you had to have. There's no other explanation. You had to have done it. And she's like, I promise I didn't. And like, she's crying and she's kind of making me wonder if maybe I am wrong. And so I put my belt back on. I didn't even spank her. I just took it off, and I put my belt back on. And I was like, well, you're in timeout. Ooh, and I was like, I'm very disappointed. Sit down, for 5 minutes. I said, whenever you get, I said, you gonna put, I haven't even got to, I don't know if she was doing it. Like, no, you gonna put them up. Shit, maybe. Hell, keeps like crazy. But, I was like, no and everything. I was like, no, you gonna put your toys up. You ain't gonna get to play, and then you're gonna come and help me make supper. And so she's crying, and she's upset. And I walk in the living room, and I walked past the couch, back over to the door to make sure that the front door was locked again, because I was like, she's acting like it's not her. But who else could it have been? It can't be nobody else. There's nobody else it could have been. So I go, and I jiggle the door handle, make sure the door's locked. And I'm just like standing there kind of staring into space in the center of my living room, looking down at the gift and looking back up. And I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, this is such bullshit. And as I, get situated, I'm fixing to sit down in the floor and get ready to wrap the present, like I said, using my fingernails to cut the damn paper. Something tells me, an eerie feeling, or whatever, but not real eerie, but just this weird feeling. Something tells me, look on the couch. And I'll be damned. Oh, shit, I'm getting cold chills now. I'll be damned if those fucking scissors were not sitting back there. exactly where I put them. Exactly where the fuck I had put them earlier. And I was like, holy shit, you know. And so, I mean, some people are like, oh, we live in the Matrix, and the Matrix, you know, there's glitches and shit like that. Maybe it was a glitch in the Matrix if we do live in the Matrix. But I'm tossing it up to a ghost. And I'm tossing it up to a child ghost that just wanted to play a practical joke on me, you know, or something. Or maybe it did want to kind of cause some problems or whatever, because I mean it was scissors, so it's a jagged, sharp object, if you will. But maybe whenever I got onto my child, because even when I got onto my child, I felt like somebody was disappointed in me to a degree, and I feel like somebody felt sad for my child, like she's telling the truth and she didn't do it, you know. Like a voice, not a voice, but just this feeling. And I swear to God, I about fucking fainted. Like whenever I seen the damn scissors, like I was just like, what? You know, and I'm getting cold chills even making that face, but that's what, and I was like, holy shit, you know. And I was like, Ava, and she's like, what? And I said, come here. And she said, but you said, I said, I know what I said. I said, but come here. And she came out of her room, and I said, what? I said, and then I stopped, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't even get the question out. And she's like, they're here. And I'm like, and she's like, stop freezing up. I was like, what? You know, I'm like, I know. She's like, money. And I'm like, take off my belt. You crying to tease, to try to pull on you. I was like, honey, I joke. When is mommy cry when she's joking? And then I'm like, oh, I have a few, because like when we lived with my grandmother, like we used to, because the two doors, like it's one on the front of the house and one on the back of the house. And so we'd run and we'd lock each other out. And I even did it to her here. Like, that was just always something that, you know, my parents did it to me. My parents locked me outside of, my dad, he used to lock me outside the fucking car at places, like, everybody's leaving, everybody's gone, it's dark as shit at night, and he's, like, locking me out of the fucking car and driving off. And I'm, like, chasing after him, and no, stop. And then what is it, where they stop, and then they drive, you know? And mine and my daughters and that or whatever with the house and stuff. Well, not when I first laugh about it. I was like, okay. Matt, you know, when have I ever done something to try, you know, to make it to where like you're upset, you're crying or whatever? I've never done that to you. And I said, and then to put you in timeout for something you didn't even do. And, you know, I ain't never been one for that, you know, and threatened to spank you even though I didn't and make you cry. I was like, no, honey. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, it was like refocus back on the scissors. And then I'm like, so you see the scissors there? She's like, yes. And okay, that's why I called you in here. And she started to walk off, bless her heart, to go back to her timeout. And I was like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And she's like, go back in here to finish my timeout. And I was like, you don't have to. And she's like, I don't. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, now I got to clean my room. And I was like, no, you don't. I said, honey, you're not in trouble anymore. I said, because it wasn't you, you know. And she's like, well, you know, okay. And so she come in there, and I was like, you want to help me finish wrapping this one gift and make sure the fucking scissors don't disappear while I'm wrapping it, you know. And she's like, yeah, you know. So she sat down, and she handed me the scissors and the tape as I was wrapping it. And we was just talking about it. And I was like, now, Ava, I said, can you tell me how the hell you think that happened? You know? And I was like, and they're here. I'm holding them in my hand. They're real. They're a real thing. They're scissors, you know? And she's like, it had to have been a ghost, Mommy. You know? And I was just like, oh my God, you know? And so anyways, we had this friend that she stayed there, and she lived in like 3 different apartments in the complex, you know, in the apartment complex. And this one, they can't even fucking rent it out, okay? And the windows always end up busted in it. And they tried to rent it out to her, in the front window, like they'd put brand new windows in. They just had one more window that they had to put in whenever she moved in. And she lived there for like 3 or 6 months in that apartment before she was like, you got to get me out of this apartment. And the reason she was like, you got to get me out of this apartment is because this scared her. But then again, it didn't or whatever. But it was just like, hell no or whatever. But, and she told me this first, and then I told her about my scissor story, and she's like, there has to be ghosts around here, you know? And I was like, I ain't gonna say that they ain't, you know, because I've had some weird shit happen, you know, but that was the first time in a long time I'd had anything happen, anything just weird. But, she said that, she's living in that apartment, you know, and that they'd try to rent it out, and they couldn't never get nobody to stay in it for more than about 3 months, and she said she stayed there for about 6. And she said she came home one day, and she heard something rattling in the kitchen cabinets, you know, and it scared her. And so she's like, you know, what the fuck, you know, and it was right before, like, her kid had came home from, I don't know if it's school or no, because I don't know. But anyway, she's like, you know, she went in, or else she told her kid to stay outside or something. I don't know. But something's rattling in the fucking kitchen cabinets. And she said she literally, like, was like, you know, paranoid and shit, like, you know, what the fuck it was and everything. And, like, she said she grabbed a knife or something, and she slowly went to go open the cabinets, and she said, and it sounded like something big, you know. She said, but then I started hearing a crying noise, you know, like a little kid crying right before, you know, I opened the cabinet door. And she said, I opened the cabinet door, and you're not going to believe it. And I said, what? And she said, this little orb flew out. And she said it flew out, and it got right in front of my face, and it said thank you, and then it went straight up, and it went through the ceiling like it was going to heaven or something. She said, so I don't know. She said, and I feel crazy telling you that. She's like, but yeah, you know. And I was like, I ain't going to say whether I believe you or not, but I'm going to say it's a possibility, and we're just going to leave it at that, you know. And then I was like, let me tell you about what happened to me, you know. And then I told her about the scissors and about how they just reappeared. They just fucking reappeared. But it was just some crazy shit, man. Just some crazy shit. But this is just random talking and venting about my life and stuff that I've been through, and then stories that I heard, like her saying that, you know, and I was just like, damn, you know. And that's another story that I told somebody recent, and I mentioned it to my daughter probably within the last 8 months of her being home, and she's like, yeah, I kind of remember that. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I kind of, and she's like, did he look like, because we seen his photo pop up on the news, and I was like, yeah, how'd you know how he looked? And she's like, 'cause he come to me in my sleep, Mommy. When we went out to Myrtle Beach when my child was 2, and I gotta hurry and say this, but when she was 2, there was somebody that got pushed off the balconies and died. And it was a man. And they just covered his body up as we were walking past. And my daughter was done asleep. And we stayed walking around the pier or whatever for like an hour or two. Walked back home. And I went to go put my daughter to sleep. And my daughter set up, if you will. Not like she didn't set up completely, because I grabbed her as soon as she started to, because I was afraid she's going to roll out of bed. And I grabbed her, and I was like, you know, it's okay. You know, I thought she's having a nightmare. And she's like, Mommy, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. And her eyes was closed, and she's talking to me, and she's 2, you know. And I'm like, you're cold. And so I started rubbing her, you know, rubbing her arms and her legs and everything. And I got a blanket and, like, wrapped her up in it and everything. And then she's like, it's dark, Mommy, it's dark. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, she's like hollering, and she's been potty trained. So I'm like, you know, she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, you know. And then I was like, okay. And I was fixing to run her to the potty, and she's like, it's too late. It's too late, you know. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, it's cold. And then she's like, it's dark. It's dark. Why? You know, she's like, what are they doing? Why can't they see? And she said, why can't they see me? You know, and I was just like, I see you. I'm here. I have you, honey. You know, like I'm freaking out. My parents are asleep in the bed beside me. Like, I'm not really loud, you know, talking to my child about this. But I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my kid? And her eyes ain't open. And she's not, like, conscious. It's not like it's her. And I was like, holy shit, you know. And she just, and it's like, it dawned on me. Oh, my God, this guy's attached his damn spirit to her. And I was like, dude. And I just said this out loud. I was like, dude, if you're in this room, dude, if you're attaching to my child. I said, don't attach to my child. I said, attach to me. I said, if you need answers, I'll give them to you. I said, but don't let go of my daughter. I said, leave my daughter alone. And my daughter's still tense. Her body's still rigid, I guess you'd say, or whatever. She's still like setting up and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know, freaking out and everything. And so I was like, dude, if you can hear me, you're dead. You died. And I was like, and if there's a light, that's all I can tell you. You know, that's what I've heard. I said, but leave my, and I was like, please, you know, and you know, I said, fine or something. I said, but leave my, as soon as I said my daughter's body, I mean, just hell, back her arms, just, you know, and she started snoring. And I was like, that's my daughter. That's the kid that I picked up from the stroller to put in the bed just 5-10 minutes ago or whatever, or however long ago, or 30 minutes ago, because I don't know how long it was that we had been home whenever she set up like that. I take it back, we might have been home a while, and she was laying in bed, and then I went and peed or took a shower, and then that shit happened or something. But freaked me the fuck out, like bad. And so I mentioned it to my kid, and she's like, I remember that. And she described what he looked like, and I was like, oh, hell no, you know. And she's like, he came to me in my dream, Mommy. And he came to me in my dream, and he was sad, you know. And I was just like, whew. And kids are supposed to be closer to spirits and stuff, so. But I'm going to end it. Comment, like,